Hey, yo, once again, we are back. This is the West Coast crossover after a Laker loss to the Thunder, 133-96. Damn, I am JD.
And I'm Jeremiah the Prophet. And this is the podcast where if your team ain't the Lakers, they might have more wins. But your podcast is still trash if you don't listen to us. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get into it, man, right off of the rip. Lakers versus the Thunder tonight, man. The Lakers got their ass kicked. Ain't no other way to put it. We can call this one of Paul George's Lakers auditions. That's how I'm going to look at it. But coming into this game, bro, the Lakers, they lost 7 straight. They lost 10 out of their last 11. Brook Lopez was back, but Lonzo, he was hurt and unavailable, sitting on the bench with a little gold chain on, looking like he had just got signed to No Limit Records. But, man, look, check this out. To start the game out, my hopes was up, man. The Lakers went on a 10-0 run. They were led by Randle and Kuzma, who was basically scored all the points. Kuzma was looking to atone for his last few games where he's been kind of trash. But despite that 10-0 run, the Thunder were able to fight back. You know, they got the big three. They scored all the points in the first quarter except for 2. And
the big three did.
The big three for the Thunder. 26-26 after the first. That's the end of the good news for the Lakers, bro, because in the second quarter, things went completely left. Same as reason as usual. Poor defense, a lot of turnovers, both forced and unforced, lack of flow. They weren't playing as a cohesive unit, and the Thunder went on to run that quarter, again, powered by the big three. And as a matter of fact, them niggas finished with more points in that half than the Lakers had as a team. It was 63-44. And, bro, let me tell you, the third quarter was similar to the second, dog, except some nigga I had never heard of. You tell me if you've heard of this dude. Some dude named Tony Ferguson.
Terrence Ferguson.
See, I didn't hear about him so much that I still don't know this nigga's name. But I should, because Terrence Ferguson came out there and was busting the Lakers' ass, hit 4 threes, and 96-70 lead for the Nuggets. After 3, it was officially over if you hadn't realized it by halftime. Fourth quarter was all garbage time. It was the Terrence Ferguson show as he was throwing down. It was bad, dog. It was bad.
So we had another one of them games where we're letting somebody get a career high on us. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Dog, a career high. This dude only scored like 24, 28 points all year or something like that. And, he had like 26 or 24 against the Lakers tonight. He hit 2 threes all season, but he was 6 of 9 tonight. Tony Ferguson owned himself some minutes on the Lakers, dog. And he's just real skinny. He's like 6'6" and like 117 pounds. Looks like some kind of daddy long legs or spider monkey out there, dog. But he was making the Lakers look hella bad, dog.
Hey, you know what? Terrence Ferguson, the reason why I know his name, he's one of the dudes. When we were talking about how the NCAA and the NBA rules make a person have to go outside of high school for a year after they graduate before they can be eligible to jump in the NBA. He's one of the dudes that decided to go ahead and take his talents to, I don't know, Serbia or somewhere out there.
Australia.
Yeah, or China or something, man.
He
went out there and balled out there and then came back to the league after doing that, and it kind of hurt his draft stock. And I think that's how he ended up on the Thunder, you know? But he was somebody who had a high, high hopes earlier in high school.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because he actually, like you said, he went and played overseas. They brought that up. And they were talking about how it did hurt his draft stock, but him going over there, he said he learned a lot. And he also had to work his way from the bottom as far as actually earning minutes, earning playing time, and earning shots. So he wasn't coddled like that. He said that helped him a lot. And now he finds himself in the same position in the NBA. He actually got drafted on the roster. He hadn't been playing at all, only averaging 1 point a game all year. He gets his shot, and damn, man, he goes off the fuck off.
Oh, my goodness, man. There goes another one that's going ham on the Lakers, man. And so that sounds all bad. But is there anybody on the Lakers who was doing their thing?
I guess if you want to count Kyle Kuzma, he bounced back a little bit. But, man, to me, the only thing that was doing their thing was Paul George, the future Laker.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think he had a nice audition. I do think he will be a future Laker. I saw B. Shaw chopping it up with him after the game. I definitely appreciate that. Get in his ear, tell him this ain't nothing to worry about.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dog. And even though I saw B. Shaw just recently got cleared of some tampering charges in regards to Paul George. So clearly he
did?
thought that was a yeah, dog. I was just reading that on the Lakers report earlier today. I forget which website, but B. Shaw was part of that case that ultimately Magic ended up paying the $500K fine for. But they were digging deep into B. Shaw's relationship with Paul George because he was attending his fishing tournaments, and apparently they had a relationship back and forth.
Well, he was at Indiana.
Time.
Yeah, wasn't B. Shaw was a assistant coach in Indiana before, right?
Right, he was. So they have a history and a deep personal relationship, was how he was able to explain it and get around, his affiliation with Paul George. So anyway, shout out to B. Shaw, though, for talking to him after that game, man. Get in that man's ear, bring him to the Lakers. We need him because he went the fuck off.
Well, that's something to think about right there, man. I would like to talk about that for a second. It's funny that you said that, and my brother, just a little moment ago, was just saying the same thing. He thinks that Paul George is coming to the Lakers. Now, some of that comes on the heels of some statements that Paul George just made within the last couple of days. One thing, he confirmed that he did tell his old team that he wanted to play with the Lakers. But let's make sure we give him his props and are accurate in what he said. He told Eric Horn of the Oklahomian that, he had said that, but there wasn't a gun pointed to the heads like send me here. I just stated somewhere where I wanted to go play. You asked 80-70% of the guys in the league if they love to go back home and play for their city, for their home. That's all I stated. I would have loved to go back home and play for my city, so no regrets at all. I thought this trade that went down was a win-win for both sides, and I'm happy we both moved on. So I'm glad to be on the Thunder, but yeah, I wanted to play for the Lakers. Absolutely. And then one other thing that he said that really piqued the interest of myself and other Laker fans out there and fed the flames of rumors that he may be on the Lakers next year is they asked him about Lonzo. And I don't know, did you hear the quote that he said about him?
Nah, man, but I would appreciate it if you filled me in.
Well, he said, as far as being a basketball player, at his age, he is one of the best basketball players that has played this game. He has a knack to play the game at the right way. Yeah, he said he's one of the best to play this game at his age, which is high praise, you would think.
It is.
Coming in only, 30 games into the season. He's been injured for quite a few of them. He has some pretty rough games mixed in there.
Right.
But
facing
obviously,
a lot of adversity.
My man really appreciates what Lonzo's been able to do this year.
Yeah, man, and it seems like a lot of NBA vets have a certain appreciation for Lonzo's game. So if nothing else, that's very encouraging. And like I stated before, man, I hope some of you guys are getting a little bit different perspective on Lonzo and his effect on the team, man, because I definitely see it. Like I said, there was no cohesion at all on offense, man, and I think it was just the lack of Lonzo being out there, man. We usually see it in spurts when he's off the floor, but now you're seeing it for the entire damn game.
So you do miss Lonzo when you're watching the Lakers right now. I mean, I think most sensible people will look at the Lakers and be like, yeah, I mean, of course they're not to say they're going to win all these games if they had Lonzo, but they definitely miss him out there. There's no doubt about that, man. I mean, they don't look the same as when he's there. No, you agree with that, right?
They don't look the same. And the thing that we've been seeing all year, and that's been very encouraging, has been the improvement of the players and the cohesion, and that you can see a certain direction with the Lakers. And the last few games, man, we really haven't seen many encouraging signs that we were seeing earlier in the season that made the losses kind of feel like, all right, you know what, no big deal. That's okay. So I don't know, man. I wanted to ask you, do you think we're at that point in the season, being 30 plus games into the season, do you think that we've hit that point in the season where rookies tend to hit that proverbial wall? Because I know Kuzma was having some issues recently, kind of up until this game, which this game was better, but it wasn't all that. Mm-hmm. But, the other Laker rookies as well. Do you think that is a thing that the Lakers are contending with right now?
Well, I do to a degree. When it comes to Brandon Ingram, looks like he's having some struggle. He hasn't been having an up and down season, and it feels like to me, well, for one, we got injuries popping up, right? So obviously there's a wall right there. When a nigga's getting 30 games into the season and you're starting having these little nagging injuries popping up here and there with the young guys. Some of that comes from just not being accustomed to playing this much, man, at this high of a level. And I think that's happening with Brandon Ingram to a degree. And yeah, Kuzma, he's got a lot of time to be out there, man, and show bad games and good games. But the reason why I even went there with Lonzo and all that, not to get too far off of the subject, I was thinking that, man, the Lakers are playing so trash. They're getting mollywopped by the team that Paul George is on right now. I mean, I was hoping that Lonzo would be there and the Lakers would play well and that Paul George would be able to have a fight on his hands and be like, damn, them niggas can ball, bro. I need to go over there. But it was quite the opposite. Oklahoma beat the brakes off the Lakers. And yet you and my brother just got finished telling me that you think Paul George is going to come to the Lakers, man. Do you actually think that he's looking at them and saying, well, they didn't have Lonzo and, if they had me. Do you really think that that's possible, dog?
You know what? I don't think that he's thinking that. And luckily he's not thinking that. I think what he's thinking is, I just want to play for the Lakers, period. I don't really care. So I hope that's what he keeps thinking. Yeah, that's got to be what he's thinking if he's really entertaining the idea of coming to the Lakers, because right now they're nowhere near being a championship team. I think they're like the second worst record in the league right now.
Damn it!
Dramatically, it's been bad. So I'm not seeing any superstar at that point in his career. He's 27 right now. So he's only got, a few prime years left, maybe 4 years left, 5 years left. I don't think he's looking at the Lakers and saying, yeah, that's the team that's set up to win that championship while I'm in my prime. So if he's thinking about going to the Lakers, it's just because he's clearly been a Laker fan all his life, and it's always been his dream to be a Laker. And he's more down with the idea of maybe trying to bring the Lakers back to prominence as opposed to being the main, centerpiece on a championship team. So that's the way I can look at it now.
Well, I watched that whole interview, man, where the same one where where he talked about these Lakers, and Lonzo. He said that he grew up a Clipper fan. He said, I liked both teams, right, growing up. I was an LA guy. He said, Kobe was my favorite player, by far, he said. And so he loved the Lakers because of Kobe. He said, but he was more interested in the Clippers because they were the underdog, and he enjoyed the years when they were really athletic with Lamar Odom and Darius
Miles,
and Baron Davis now. So, I mean, why not go to the Clippers, nigga? If you from LA and you love the city and all that. I'm just playing devil's advocate, my nigga, because I find it hard to believe that somebody wants to go to a trash Laker team, man. And I love the Lakers, man. And I'm not saying that we're trash like that, but to the untrained eye, man, and actually by the record, we are.
Yeah, but let's take a look at the Clippers and the Lakers where they stand currently. I mean, I know the Lakers are slumping right now, but you would have a tendency to say that they're probably trending upwards as a franchise. Brandon Ingram, Kuzma, Ball, all those guys are going to get better. The Clippers, on the other hand, you got Blake Griffin, but DeAndre Jordan's on the verge of getting traded. Yep. There's been no other talk of anybody else coming there. What do you really have outside of that? A hurt Gallinari.
Trash.
Exactly, trash. So those guys are kind of trending down right now. They might be looking to get out of Staples Center and find and do their own thing, which I think they really need to do anyway.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro.
Yeah, they don't have any history of attracting free agents like that. So I think they might be trending down. And if you're looking at it from a winning standpoint, once again, if you're looking at it from a winning standpoint, I don't see why you go to the Clippers who are trending down and have a history of being, well, the Clippers.
Well, I'm saying if you want to go to the LA, you got two teams there. And you supposedly was a fan of the Clippers. I find that shit hard to believe, nigga. I don't know no Clipper fans, dog. I've been out here for a long time. There's only niggas that been Clipper fans while Chris Paul was doing good, nigga. And them niggas is all back to being Laker fans or Warrior fans now and shit. You know what I mean?
Right, fact.
Who is a Clipper fan like when Paul George was a kid, nigga? That's weird as fuck. But if he really was a Clippers fan, then why would you want to go to the Lakers, man? I mean, when they're not doing that good.
if you're a Clippers fan like that and you want to go play for the Clippers that bad, man, more power to you. I will go ahead and piece you out because you probably aren't this dude I thought that you was, and probably don't want you on the Lakers anyway.
You think that says too much about a player, nigga, if he wants to play for the Clippers?
That might say an awful lot about you, dog. If you're a superstar with your pickup places to go and you decide that you want to put on that Clipper uniform, really got to question your mental fortitude, dog.
One more thing that makes me question Paul George's mental fortitude is his selection of hairline tactics, my nigga. That shit. Okay, my nigga. I mean, look, you a future Laker, hopefully, man, so I ain't trying to go full roast on Paul George, man. But I'm telling you, for a nigga that's not going bald at all, you know what I'm saying? He has no reason to have weird-ass hairlines. My nigga, matter of fact, he has too much hair on his motherfucking head. And so this nigga, at some point, one time, nigga, I seen this nigga had a hairline. I swear before God, that shit was 3 inches wide. Nigga, if that. This motherfucker had the little corners that come down, nigga. That shit was like in the center of his head.
Like that squared off hairline, you mean?
Yeah, he had the squared off part, right? That's normally over by a nigga's ears somewhere over there. Yeah, nah, nigga, that shit was above his eyes, nigga. Like he had the corners all up right there.
And it's like somebody edged them up using like an old Nintendo 64 cartridge.
Yes, exactly. Like 3 smart media cards, nigga. It was all that could fit across the side of that shit. Yeah, yes, bro. And then now his shit is still awkward, dog. His hairline is awkward than a motherfucker, bro. I'm serious, dog. He got waves. I don't know if he got like a weird peanut-shaped head or something, dog. But he got waves and he has a fresh edge up and the shit just don't quite all the way fucking work. I don't get it, dog. Maybe he should grow dreads or something because his hairline game is weird, bro. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. And I think I might have to question those Oklahoma City barbers or something, man. So, hey, LA barbers, get together, form a union, form an association, do something and rally, put together some coupons or something. Help get Paul George over here, man.
Hey, while we're talking about LA niggas and we're talking about Oklahoma niggas that's on the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think we should go ahead and hit them with the fire session, man. What you think?
Oh, get him!
You already know who the fuck we about to talk about, right? You know you done fucked up, right?
I think I'm confused. I'm scratching my chin. Who are we talking about?
You know we done fucked up, right? If we didn't go through a whole show without talking about my nigga Russell Westbrook, bro.
Oh, get him!
Russell Westbrook, if you ain't the most super aggressive ass nigga that wears a bitch ass nigga's uniform, what the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga? If you a thug ass nigga that's always fucking with people, ready to fight, pushing niggas all the time, grimacing and flexing and doing all the shit, why the fuck do you get out the game and put on some motherfucking leggings, bro? How the hell does that work?
I don't know.
How does that work?
I've seen it myself. He's done it his whole career.
What?
Jeans ripped all over the place like he was a pop singer or something. He's a weird dude. He dresses weird. He looks weird. He kind of looks like that frog off of Honey Smacks, Diggum, right? That's his name.
He does look like.
Yeah, dog. He's got those Angela Jolie like lips and everything like that, dog. He's all kind of weird.
Get it.
He's got this effeminate dressing habit, dog, that I just do not understand, dog.
How? I just want to understand. Like, I don't understand the personality. That's what confuses me and pisses me off the most about it. Okay, if you was a bitch made acting ass nigga and then you had a tutu on, I'd be like, okay, that's a bitch ass nigga. He wears a tutu. We can get past this. I'm still cool with him. Now I feel like I'm not, being inclusive if I don't involve the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm doing something wrong, so I'm gonna fuck with you. But when you act like a regular nigga, but then you wear shit like that, it just confuses me and makes me into one. I can't quite pigeonhole you the way I want to, my nigga.
He's like he's the young thug of the NBA.
Young thug of the NBA. Nigga, this nigga walk up in the gym looking like an eccentric teenage white girl and shit.
And he listens to Taylor Swift, dog. I saw a video of him at the Taylor Swift concert getting down, singing word for word Taylor Swift songs. I was like, dog, wait a minute.
What
scratched my head. I was confused.
Niggas do that? But then, right, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
Westbrook ass nigga, dog.
Right. How the fuck does that work? Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And the cool part is, look, my wife, the first time I showed this nigga, or she just happened upon a picture of this nigga, the first thing that popped out of her mouth was, oh yeah, he gay. That nigga gay. And I'm like, no, baby, no, baby. Wait, okay, I see why you saying that, okay. I see why you saying that, but you don't know my nigga like I know my nigga. Okay, so look, I'm like, look, this nigga just got married, beautiful black woman, check out a picture of his wife. She was like, I don't care, the nigga gay. I said, well, look, I showed her a documentary. Here, he's from the hood, right there in the streets. His homeboy got shot. The nigga grew up. He's a thug nigga. And she was like, I don't care. That nigga gay. I showed her. I said, well, look, watch this. And I said, I put the game on, and some nigga walked in the middle while he was doing his dances and shit. And the nigga got in his way, and that nigga got super aggressive, pushed the big ass nigga out the way, flexed on him. Nigga, I'm hard. And I showed it to that. She said, I don't care. That nigga gay. I said, now what about all this shit? She said, you know what that's called? That's called a beard. That is. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I got a beard. What the fuck are you talking about? Because I got a beard. What do you mean? And she's like, she said a beard is like a term. Evidently, it's a term for something that gay people use to like fake heterosexual, which I didn't know why, or that's the thing.
Basketball player.
She said the wife don't believe it. The thug act don't believe it. The motherfucking Compton roots or whatever, don't fall for it. It's all a show.
Hey, it's funny that she says that, and I would have to agree with her. Hey, I didn't look at him and think to myself immediately, oh man, but there was starting to be evidence. One, the way he dresses. Then he has this super crazy diva-like attitude that reminds me of Mariah Carey, dog. And then he's like always sucking his teeth, dog, and doing stuff like that.
Oh,
and then, yes, dog, he dances.
Don't tell me. Wait.
Yeah, he knows all the latest dances, dog, and has routines with another gay-looking nigga, dog, Cameron Payne. Ever since he left, dog, he's been dancing by himself, dog. So, yes, there's all this circumstantial evidence. Would I say it to his face? No, dog, I'm like, hey, Russell Westbrook joined the Lakers one day, all right. But there's a lot.
That's true.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
well, no. The thing is, no, for real. Because I know motherfuckers already gonna be in the mailbag talking about we're like, you know what I'm saying, anti-gay or some shit like that. Hell no, we're anti-weird ass shit. We gay is cool, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Thug is cool. I'm cool with. I know niggas that's murderers. Nigga, I'll fox with you, dog. You cool? Whatever, my nigga. I don't judge nobody. But I want to at least know where the fuck you coming from. If you're the murderer, nigga, I would like to know. If you're a gay dude, you know what I'm saying, walk in your shit. But if I look at you and I'm like, my nigga, you like a, what? Nigga, you like a black, 6 foot tall, aggressive ass, little teenage white girl? Nigga, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And it's fucking up my whole mind. And my brain is not big enough to comprehend fucking variances like that, my nigga. It doesn't compute. Oh, one more thing before we end the roasting section. One more thing, because that's it for the Thunder, man. I'm already gonna lose some followers and shit, and niggas gonna be mad, cause whatever. But let's bring it back to the game before this game we have right now, Doc. Because as you guys all know, the West Coast Crossover are avid searchers through the Negro database of hairlines and hair types and fucking haircuts and patches of balding where there's supposed to be hair, my nigga. And after searching the whole nigga database and coming up empty multiple times, I finally found a nigga with the same BDB-KD hair grade, bro.
What? No, not the BDB grade, KD grade. Oh, who is it?
Nigga, you didn't see the Minnesota Timberwolves games? Boy, yeah, Georgie dang, nigga, your hair look like fried quinoa, nigga. Did you see Georgie dang? I was like, yes. KD got traded to him. They was showing the back of his head, dog, and it looked like that topographic map.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm like, wait, I know KD's on the Warriors. I thought we was playing with Timberwolves. And that nigga turned around with that fucking luau dang face.
Yes, luau dang face. You are right. He is a big Magnum luau, dang, dog. And you're right, dog. His hair looks like just gravel, dog, or like somebody got a bowl of cocoa pebbles or cocoa whatever puffs and squished them up, and bow, dog, there's your hair.
Right. It does. It looked like, in the San Andreas movie, like when there's a big ass earthquake and the concrete breaks up, the street gravel breaks up into a million pieces and shit. If you took like the smallest pieces and then just threw them at a nigga head, and wherever they landed, that's what the fuck that nigga's hair grade looks like. It's got them same KD patches, nigga, with like 4 naps in the middle of a patch where there's supposed to be like 5 million naps. Right. And then he'll have one spot where they're all bunched up and huddled together.
It's like a centralized location of naps, dog.
Yeah. It looks like he has nap continents across the fucking globe of his head. With like some rough ass scalp. Like, I got an HD TV, my nigga. We looking down and it's like, this nigga's scalp is rough as fuck, nigga. It should look like.
Yo, scalp, dog. Oh, scalpiosis.
That nigga scalp looking like Kate in like a 50 Cent face, nigga.
Like the bottom of a cast iron skillet after fried bologna.
Exactly. It does look like a cast iron
like
skillet
this nigga has
with
to
nobody been putting
scour
oil
his
on.
head with the fucking steel wool in the shower, dog.
Yeah, really, dog. I'm serious. Just for y'all out there, my nigga. So next time we talk about KD and say that he's the only nigga on earth with that hair grade, we're gonna have to retract that statement and say that Georgia Owl, how the fuck you say that nigga's name, but he's a fellow damn the dang dang dang, and dang that nigga's hair is fucked up.
Facts.
Anyways, who we got next, man?
Shit, man. Who we got after this game? I don't know, bro. Let me take a look here. Hopefully it's somebody a little bit easier than what we've been dealing with.
Oh, it's tomorrow, nigga. We're playing the Hornets tomorrow. They coming to the Staples Center, I think.
And they're coming to Staples Center, huh?
Yeah,
the
man.
Hornets are like the other worst team in the league, if our memory serves correct.
Really?
Hold on, I could be wrong. They might have picked it up recently, but regardless, man, that's a game. Is Lonzo coming back for that game? Because I want to say that's a game the Lakers need to win, but the way things have been going, yikes.
So, I mean, I think you're pretty much in the same idea as me, thinking that, man, without Lonzo, and I'm not trying to put it all on Lonzo, my dude,
right.
And I know I go there a lot, but just because we're bad enough as it is, without Lonzo or somebody that is going to be a facilitator or glue guy on a continual basis and keep the shit together, we got Hornets coming up, then we got the trash ass Hawks coming up, then we got the Kings coming up before we face the Spurs, and I don't feel like we're gonna fuck with none of them unless we get Lonzo back, bro. Even though the Hawks and
not even
Hornets
the Kings,
bro. The Hawks and Hornets are just as trash as the Kings are.
Right? Man, I mean, you don't think we can get with any of them because if Lonzo's not back, Tyler Ennis was out there being who the hell we thought he was.
Yeah, he's back. He's back to reality. Back to life. Light skin reality.
All right.
Yeah.
But he's back to his reality, dog. Josh Hart can only do so much.
Right.
Dog. Hey, man. One thing, dude, going forward with the Lakers, and you mentioned Brandon Ingram, dog. I have my concerns with this guy again. I know I was kind of, on the bandwagon with him, but I was just thinking, dog, with the legalization of recreational marijuana out here in California.
What you trying to say, man?
I think we might have saw some of the effects this game, but I think that might have some effect on his game, bruh.
What? Dude, I think he just look high. You think he be blowed, my nigga? Because he looks real blowed. If he's really actually blowed, if he's really actually high, then that motherfucker is blatantly high as fuck.
There's looking blowed naturally. And they're just looking like you naturally like to get blowed. Not only does he look like that, he sounds like that, dog. Have you heard him talk?
Yeah. He a little slow motion.
Right. He's slow motion with it, dog. And then he got that lower lip where it looks like he might have been drinking something and just kind of like fell asleep in his drink and got too high.
So I'm not the only one that noticed, because my son and my daughter always notice that in the house with us. Laker gang out there, West Coast crossover nation out there, Y'all go ahead and put in the comments too. Had y'all noticed too that nigga always looked like he just got finished drinking red Kool-Aid? Why is his lip so fucking pink on the inside at all time? You notice that shit? I thought he got busted in his lip one game and that shit just never healed. But that nigga, I get what you're saying. He fell asleep in a drink of like some fruit punch Powerade or something.
It's probably some fucking milk, dog, because that shit is soaked in there, dog, and it is swollen. But anyway, he just looks high, and I'm concerned, dog, that he might just be getting high as fuck. Oh, man. Oh, dog.
Wow. Yeah, well, that very well could be the case, man. You know, I'm hoping that, I mean, he been looking high since all I known him. Maybe it's got him this far. Maybe now that this nigga shit is legalized, he don't have to be so fucking underground on the black market with his shit. And maybe he can get the proper strain that can give him the energy to do what the fuck he need to do on his good game.
It looked like this game, he had the other strain.
Like anyway, I think he was having them gummy bears or something. Got a bad gummy bear, huh?
Maybe. Hey, you know, one good thing too that would help out the Lakers is if, I don't know, man, something happened to extend KCP's sentence, as well as having it also extend to KCP's home games. Because once again, he was out there being the cover girl. You might look at his stats. I think it was 5 of 9, but 4 of those shots he made in the third quarter, and the rest of the game he was busy being KCP. And then we mentioned Terrence Ferguson earlier. Terrence Ferguson did all that shit on KCP in the third quarter, so that nullified anything good that he did, dog. So
every
KCP
bucket he got was
trash.
on KCP.
Pretty much. In that third quarter, when he went 4 for 4, yeah, when he started his little fire run, that was all on KCP. So, dog, if we can rally together and find some kind of loophole to get KCP in jail for every single Laker game.
Oh, no.
I mean, he doesn't have to stay in the facility when there's no games. He could be on house arrest and stay at home. But, dog, if he can somehow just, I don't know, be behind bars for every game. He could be under the Staples Center, in the little Staples Center jail or something, dog.
That's fucked, bro.
God, dog, man, we got to do something, dog.
I ain't never wished jail on a nigga, but I tell you what, I sure don't want that nigga on the Lakers no more, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure he got a spiteful baby mama out there or somebody that want to fucking drop a dime on that nigga. That's cold, man. So KCP is back to his old tricks, and he'll be there as the Lakers play against the Hornets. And we got another one of the old school Laker favorites coming into town tomorrow. Your boy, Dwight Howard, D12, in the motherfucking building, nigga.
Boy, I can't wait to see that guy. Man, Dwight Howard, dog, was one of the wackest Lakers to ever be blessed with the honor of donning the uniform, dog. He just disgraced it with his bitchiness. And I am glad for every bad thing that happens to him on that basketball court.
All right, right now, you have to pick Kwame Brown, Dwight Howard, or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to be on the Lakers for the next 5 years. Go! Prime.
Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard. Easy. Dwight Howard. Because he's probably going to get hurt. And I'm not going to see him out on the court that much. Kwame Brown, dog, would end up being on the court every game somehow with his little ass hands, fumbling passes and just being whack. And we already see how Kentavious Caldwell-Pope gets down, and y'all know how I feel about him.
Well, man, I gotta say, dude, I really don't like Dwight Howard, dog, at all. It was a point when he was on the Lakers, and I was really feeling like a lot of those Russell Westbrook vibes.
Yes.
A lot of Russell Westbrook in his vibe. And that nigga don't even wear weird clothes, nigga.
Hey, right. He doesn't have to. He has effeminate ways oozing out of his pores, dog. You are right, dog.
But he got 17 baby mamas that he don't take care of the babies, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like a dishonorable ass fucking, you know what I'm saying, shyster of a fucking playboy nigga that still somehow acts super feminine. What the fucking fuck, bro? I tell you.
Oh, man.
How do some niggas pull this shit off, man? Well, anyway, man, that's enough pissing part of our audience off out there, man. Please know that these are just fucking jokes. And we got love for everybody except for Dwight Howard and KCP.
Fact.
We even got love for Russell Westbrook. And if he comes to the Lakers, we're going to burn these fucking tapes.
Facts. I didn't say nothing. This is DJ, not JD.
Exactly. Anyway, man, it's been fun. It's been real. And we're going to have to catch you next time, man, because I'm kind of depressed, man. I need to go ahead and have a drink and watch a movie so I can get my mind off of this game, bro.
Yeah, man, and I am about to go ahead and black out and just get over it. Yo, don't forget to go to our website, westcoastcrossover.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Don't forget to listen to the show on your favorite streaming musical app. And we are out for now, but we will join you next time very soon. I am JD.
And I'm Jeremiah the Prophet, and we are out.
Peace.